And we're live. Yes, mate. Friday night, deadline night.
Only 1 minute late as well.
1 minute later, that's not too bad.
Well, 16 minutes late technically, but yeah.
Episode 14, man. I reckon that's a good effort. Do you know what I mean?
And 14 in a row.
Yeah.
We would have
thought we're not counting that week.
We would have done 14 in a row.
Yeah, exactly. And the plan is to obviously go through the whole season. We did miss that one for international break, but that doesn't count.
International.
In fact, there's another international break after this game in there, which is long. Matt saying, "What's up, home dogs?" He's joining us. Yes, mate. Yeah, we'll take a look at your team today. He was a bit. I was in his bad books because we skipped over his team when we looked through the group. So we'll have a detailed look at Matt's.
He's been climbing a bit, hasn't he? I think the last few weeks. So.
Yeah, he's still ahead of me. I keep an eye out because
who isn't ahead of you?
Come on, mate. Don't kick a man while he's down. Like, in fact, I'm feeling a bit more positive this week. I'm feeling a bit more chirpy.
Yeah, you've had a good couple of weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, man. Paj is saying evening, guys. Yes, Paj. Yeah, we were saying we set ourselves a mini target to get to 10 live viewers at one point.
Come on.
Yeah, that would be an achievement, I feel like. Oh, Spooner's here. Spooner's in the house. Yes, mate. We'll take a look at all your guys' teams. As we go through, and it'd be good to know what transfers you've done and who you've picked as captain. Well, obviously from 6:30 as well. They'll be closed by then.
Make sure you remember to do your team rather than just listening to us chatting shit for the next 45 minutes and then forget.
Yeah, I haven't made any transfers yet, so if I am going to make one, it's going to be live during the stream. So we'll see what happens.
Exclusive. You need to get a little exclusive. Sirens on the go.
Some foghorns like. Do you want to bring up? Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah.
Have a little look at last week and the league table. Things definitely looking a bit out for me. Obviously, last week I had a good score, but there was a lot of there was still a lot of disappointment with the captain choice and with the bench. This week I've ended up scraping our head-to-head by 4 points. It all came down to the Wolves game, didn't it? Jimenez versus Wang, like.
And you got what, assist or a goal?
He scored. He scored, and he got free bonus as well, didn't he? I think. But Huang obviously had one disallowed for offside, so it really could have gone either way.
Yeah,
but that was a huge win for me. That's huge because
6-4 now, isn't it?
Yeah, it pulls it back to 6-4, and as we'll touch on when we look at our teams, it looks like I'm going to start this week with a head start. Is it?
You are.
Which I will take. If I can bring this back to 6-5, considering it was 6-2, a couple of weeks ago,
right,
I'll be over the moon with that. And it's funny how it works with the head-to-head because it's a lot closer than the points tally suggests. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You can be miles behind and still be in with a shout. Should we have a gander? Where should we go? Let's just run through our teams quickly, but then we'll look at the league and start having a look at some other people's. 67. So I didn't take a -4. So I think there was only one transfer, which was Mount, who a lot of people brought in, and he ended up not even playing because of illness.
Yeah. I only realised after it was his illness. At the time, I just thought that he'd be randomly just left out.
So. Yeah, well, I was quite pleased to at least when I saw that he wasn't on the bench because I had Smith Rowe coming in with a 9. So I was pretty pleased with that. My bench did pretty well as well with Livramento and Tomiyasu, and they've both come into the starting lineup this week. But we'll touch on that. It's Southampton tonight, isn't it, against Villa?
Yeah.
So I'm going to have some involvement with Livramento in that. Vardy has been a disaster since I brought him in.
Let's talk about that game, shall we?
Mate. Oh, man. I mean, what is that to say? We had a shocking start. I think Arteta tactically outdid Brendan for sure, but then we huffed and puffed, but nothing was doing.
Ramsdale was just
mate. Ramsdale, what a signing he's been for you in fantasy. Yeah, fair play to him. He's I never really rated him, but
anyone did.
Yeah, but Smith Rowe, the main man, keeps providing. So I was happy with that.
Yeah.
And obviously, like Rafinha, Jimenez, all with bonus points as well. But the big one was obviously Reese James, who 2 weeks in a row now has come good.
He's got to be going up. I haven't really checked, but I think he must have gone up at least 0.1, maybe 0.2 this week. Do you reckon? A lot of people. He's got to be one of the most transferred in.
Yeah, surely. I mean, it's about bloody time because I've had him for weeks and he wasn't doing anything. Got sent off. Wasn't getting like Aspilicueta was playing ahead of him. So I stuck with him and I'm glad that I did because he's come good now. But yeah, I think it's about time.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, captain in Salah. I mean, it's all right. Everybody did the same. Yeah. But it was I had to get him in. Matt's asking if you've put ESR back in. Well, we'll have a look at Ben's team in a sec, but I have a feeling that may well be the case. You must be pretty cut about that transfer.
Yeah, I mean, that week when I sort of went a bit gung ho, there's some parts that didn't go so well, like taking him out, but then I did bring Reese James in, so it's averaged out. I've probably lost out a little bit, but yeah, not too distraught in the end.
I just realised that Matt commented as Matt Cole and as Cole's man and Van. So if you're doing that to get the live view count out, then we'll take that. We'll take that.
Yeah, all of you just sign in on all your devices.
If we had, obviously we've got a bit of an Aussie contingent, but this is middle of the night for them, so that's not going to be possible. And I don't want to keep skiving work to do these on the middle of the day on Friday. If I could avoid it. But yeah, there's not really much else to say. The rest of the team.
I just remind myself of the games. Oh yeah, so Antonio didn't really do anything, did he? Did he do anything at all? No. Because they had a man up as well, didn't they? Villa. So yeah, that was a bit frustrating.
Yeah. To only get 2 points when they score 4 goals is a bit poor. Obviously, United Ronaldo was a big one this week, but I think that a lot, most people have sort of got rid of him by now. Probably the only people who are stuck with him are United fans. So
yeah, and obviously Nuno's gone now as well, hasn't he? So that was probably the weekend, really.
Yeah,
City losing 2-0 to Palace, obviously that was huge.
And like Chelsea obviously keeping a clean sheet. Their defensive record's insane.
You got to have at least one Chelsea defender in there.
Yeah, it's almost tempting to double up at this point. All right, cool. Let's have a gander at yours.
Yeah, I won't spend long on it because we had a fairly similar week. Like I said, Ramsdale with a huge 10 points, clean sheet and bonus. Tony's been quite frustrating. I've had him in 2 weeks and he's done nothing. So that's been a bit annoying.
Yeah, they're not scoring like loads of goals, are they? But I had him in at the start, innit? But he hasn't really done that much yet this season.
How many goals has he actually got? Like maybe 2? Yeah, 2 goals.
2.
So not great for someone that's playing 90 minutes every week, but
Hwang, I've noticed that a lot of people have gone for Hwang now.
He's been up quite a bit since I got him. I think I got him at 5. So he's 5.7 now. It's because he's starting every week. It says like him or Dennis, isn't it? It's the cheap option.
Yeah, it's the cheapness. I think
still.
It looks like him and Jimenez going to spread the goals around, but that's not the fixtures are all right for the next few weeks. But very similar.
He got me in this.
Yeah, Havertz did something. Trent a bit disappointing.
They could have lost that game, couldn't they? Quite a few good chances.
But did you see him in the Champions League though? 2 prime assists.
I didn't actually see them, but I saw that he assisted twice. I was like, "Fuck's sake, didn't you use
Yeah,
up
they
all your assists in midweek?"
Yeah, they were great balls as well. Like, so I think it's only a matter of time until he scores big, I reckon.
Yeah. Should we have a look at everyone else?
Yeah, let's have a gander. Yeah.
Right.
So you're up to top of it. Dom didn't have the best of weeks.
Oh, Dom.
Yeah. And Purnell, I sent him the link. Are you here, mate? I don't think he's here. I think
Is it?
he's only here. He only comes to watch when he can banter me. If he's had a shit one, then there's no sign of him.
Like, sing when you're winning, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So Dom. I think he put Chilwell in, so that was a shout at least. But everyone else, poor week.
He's gone. That like doubling up on Chelsea. We were saying the other week, wasn't it? There was a good count. Doubling up on Chelsea, doubling up on Man City, and a Liverpool defender. But like, obviously,
time to time, isn't it? Like, gonna have a bang again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Walker for me is at risk of coming out because, he doesn't get forward, does he? So even if he does play, the max that you can get is a clean sheet.
And the difference this year is that Cancelo's been playing 90 minutes other than last week.
Yeah, true. Matt saying 3 assists for Cancelo in the Champions League as well.
He did,
yeah, but how much more? He's 6. He's probably gone up now. But
I think Cancelo's 6.2.
Yeah.
But that's good for regular. Page, let's see what he did this week. 43. So again, not a huge week by his standards.
No, with a -4 in there as well.
Got quite similar midfield.
Yeah,
and it's quite similar.
King, I do think could be a shout, but it's quite a loaded like defensive midfield, isn't it? And then not got any premium strikers in there.
I think Ben Rama, did he score 2 in midweek?
Did he?
Yeah, 2 yesterday. Yeah, they drew, didn't they? 2-2. So yeah, hopefully for Page's sake, he can come back to a bit of form in the Prem.
Yeah.
Frankham.
Frankham. I'm surprised that he's still going strong. Normally, like he does fade away a bit sooner, and also I don't know if he's always active.
He's got 2 reds there on the bench. So this guy as well, third on the bench. He could have come on for anyone.
I'd never even heard of that guy until this game week. He was 3.9.
I think he came off the bench as well. I think someone was injured and he came on.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He must have gone up to 4 by now. But again, that's quite funny. That was his best performing player, and like literally never heard of him.
Matt.
Right, let's get to Matt. So I caught up a little bit. So similar. Got Rafinha in. These Everton guys are starting to let people down a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, massively. Yeah.
I think not having Calvert-Lewin is affecting them big time.
Because Richarlison was back last week, wasn't he? But didn't seem to have any effect.
I just don't think he's like up front on his own. I don't think he's that effective.
With he's a lot better alongside Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, but he's gone with Ramsdale as well. Rafinha is he was on it, wasn't he, against Norwich? I would quite like to get him in.
He looked dangerous. Yeah, playing against Leicester this weekend, so I reckon he could easily bag a couple. we haven't kept a Premier League clean sheet since the first game of the season, so
no.
And even then, that was against Wolves when Traore had some. We should had some sitters. So I think against us it's good for players at the moment.
Did you see what percentage? Did you see anywhere across the weekend what percentage actually captained Salah in the end? It must have been like the highest ever, I would imagine.
I didn't, but I would have thought so. It 1 assist in the end. It wasn't a great haul, but then it was quite a low scoring week in general, like 28 returns. That's a shocker. essentially everyone's blank there except from Salah and Shaw.
This is the first time I've looked at this league since the weekend, so I'm happy now that I got 60 odd because I thought that was like.
Nah, 60 is a strong score this week, man. Like anything, even I think over 50. What was the average?
Yeah. Can you see it? Without me I can have a look.
Yeah, I got it on my screen actually. 42 was the average. So yeah, I think anything over 50 done well.
Billy again. Oh, he went for 5 at the back again.
Yeah,
him and Dom are in cahoots, aren't they? Look, they got fucking City, Liverpool, and Chelsea.
Yeah. He is watching. I thought you were hiding, mate. I don't think we were going to see you this week. Yeah, a shocker. It is one of those weeks, mate. What can you do?
Yeah. We did say about McCarthy, didn't we? Could be a good shout, and he got a clean sheet. Villa and Norwich next, so maybe people have got Sanchez who are getting a bit fed up. That could be a move to McCarthy.
Yeah, I would just because I've got Livermento, I probably won't. Matt saying, "Wait till you see my team." Apologies in advance, not intentional. What have you done? You got like,
who's that, Matt?
Yeah, copying me hard, is it? Because something.
Fucking hell, Spooner 74.
But yeah, I overtook Billy, which I would take. Yeah, huge read from Spooner, but he spent 20 points, I think. Yeah, 20 points, but still 54 is still a good week.
Yeah, Ronaldo captain, what a shout.
Yeah, that's a big shout. It was a good goal as well, wasn't it?
It was, unfortunately, yeah. Had a good assist as well.
Some people sticking with Shaw as well, which
What's going on with Firmino? Did he go off in midweek? Did he?
Yeah, hamstring injury. Yeah, so it's ironically it's a good time to get Jota back in, but I've after all this time just taking him out. Well, I took him out last week, innit? But yeah, so no need to laugh. No, mate, that's a good result for me. He said he's got he's got Greg in his sights now. I don't know, there's still a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess who have you replaced Firmino with, Spooner? I guess have you taken him out? But yeah, it's looking better for me, man. I'm clawing my way back in to the mix.
It's always good to have a little green arrow next to your name, isn't it?
Yeah, like 67 was a really strong week for this week, but coupled with that 90, whatever I got 94 last week. Imagine if last week had gone as if I just captained Salah, I'd have another 23. I'd have over 600 if I captained Salah last week, which is mad. But yeah, Spooner saying he hasn't yet. Any suggestions? Well, I'm actually contemplating a striker myself. So actually, yeah, should we have a look?
A transfer.
Matt saying Origi. I don't know, man. I did consider it, but I feel like they'll just go with Jota, Firmino, and Mane. Jota, Salah, and Mane. So I don't know whether Origi is a good shout. So you've taken a -8, is it? Talk us through.
Okay, yeah, let me go to my team. Yeah, let's have a look. So I have done. I've got to remember what I've fucking done now. Smith Rowe's back in, as Matt alluded to. So Gray, I stuck with him for one more week, and he, like you said, Everton just aren't cutting
Maybe just zoom in a tad. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Smith Rowe's in for Gray, which was basically a straight swap. Fed up a Gray, and like we said, Smith Rowe, I should never got rid of him really, but he's back in. They've got
to be pretty confident home to Watford, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the fixtures are getting a bit harder, but I'm going to be starting him here. Obviously,
still that's a bit deceptive. In like Everton away 4, it's a bit. Isn't that's a free? Surely, like I don't know.
Now that we know how the table is shaping up a bit, like you said, that's not a 4. United's probably not. Well, away, maybe a 4, but it's not a bad run of fixtures.
No, those 2 next home games are juicy.
Yeah, and then the big one is I brought Son in.
Yeah,
Greenwood's finally.
So is this because of the Conte effect?
It is, yeah. I just thought, and I think they've obviously they've decided to get rid of Nuno at like a certain time because if you look at their fixtures, like their prime, so they're obviously hoping to give him a good start. You can't really ask for much better than that. They're all pretty much, but right now, they haven't looked great, and they only just scraped a win against Vitesse in midweek, didn't they? So it is a bit risky, but I just thought I'd get him in now because I'm going to get him in eventually anyway, and he has still been their most reliable.
Did you get him in before the price rise? Because I noticed he's gone up to.
Oh yeah. I put him in straight away, so I've made 0.1 on him.
What 10? He was 10.2, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying because so I spent -8 when all I wanted to do was just get him in, but I was 0.1 away once I put Smith Rowe in.
Yeah.
So I took Greenwood out because United, like Rashford's back, so there's more chance of rotation. I do still rate him, but I thought Son's got better fixtures. So I'm quite happy with the midfield now. It's like quite spread out, all the sort of like talisman sort of teams. And then so to save money, I had to take Raya out, who was on a red anyway. Save some money and put Foster in.
Watford. I think Foster. I've been thinking about it, but because their fixtures are a bit shy.
They're But the plan was to keep playing Ramsdale, but he's there.
But he needed the money, so it makes sense. That midfield is looking very strong now.
I've got James captain, but that's not confirmed. Although I am conscious we've only got 23 minutes to decide.
I do too at the moment.
James captain?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, at the moment. Well, you've got to be confident they're going to get a clean sheet, right?
That's what I'm thinking. It should be like a minimum, and then if he gets an assist or anything, then it's happy days.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who else would be a contender? Obviously, Salah, but
Salah's always a contender, but away to a good team.
And that's the thing that doesn't really matter with Salah, does it? Necessarily at the moment.
And then Havertz, I guess, could be the other one, or Tony. But again, like with his form, I'm not. I just think James.
I have considered Smith Rowe, but because I do think that Watford, I do think Arsenal could get some goals in that game.
I think so as well. Yeah.
But then that's a big shout, captain in Smith Rowe. I just think with James, you've got you should have almost the guarantee of the clean sheet, and then the form that he's on, a goal or an assist is quite possible. So it could be a shout.
Yeah, I think even if they've kept, like you said already, they've kept a silly amount of clean sheets. So if they don't keep one, then I think I've made the right decision. But it'll just be bad luck if they don't. Do you want to share yours and have a look at yours?
Yeah. Just go up now. Because you're right. The deadline is fast approaching. So, and I still have got a couple of decisions to make.
Get those comments in just to stop him concentrating.
Right, here we go. At the moment, 0 changes, and I was thinking, I was almost thinking of saving a transfer for next week, because I don't really feel like I need to do anything to this team really.
You got 8 players playing at home, so that's pretty prime.
Who's that? Sorry.
You've got 8 players playing at home, so that's pretty prime, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so my bench again. I brought in Tomiyasu and Livramento into the defense. I think Sanchez, that's a good fixture for him in goal. James at the moment is captain, but I think Salah is a possibility for captain. But I think I'm going to stick by my guns. I feel like if I'm better off if Salah doesn't do well, so that I can make some gains on people. So I might as well.
Not many people got it. Well, obviously a lot have transferred him in this week, so I'm guessing there'll be more. But what's the team selected by? 18%.
Yeah, he's gone to 5.8, so I think I got him at 5.5. So
I think so as well.
I think, like I say, my team's definitely starting to rise in value over the last few weeks, which is a good sign. I think it shows that I'm in better shape. Like 102.3 now with 0.3 in the bank. But after the first couple of weeks, I was in the red. I think my team had dropped in value, so I've at least turned that around. With the bench, I got Jimenez. So Walker, I'm definitely not starting. He's got a yellow flag next to him anyway. Mount did have a yellow flag because of illness, but that's gone now, so I guess he's all right.
If he didn't play midweek, then he's surely going to start this game. So you got to be.
I mean, he could even be another captain option.
He could be,
after that performance last week, or 2 weeks ago. And then I'm umming about Jimenez whether to start him
instead of.
Well, Antonio, they've got Liverpool at home.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have got Trent and stuff. So if Antonio does score, that could work out really well.
Yeah.
I still feel like that Liverpool's defense isn't watertight.
No.
At the moment. Matt's saying I need to do loads of changes. I don't know, mate. I don't know. So the changes that I'm considering, or the change I'm considering, is Vard's. I got a little bit of a price rise on him. He's selected by a lot of players now, and
you got any money in the bank?
I've got 0.3, but my considerations are either I save a lot of money on Vardy with a view to bringing in Son for those fixtures from next week, which I think is probably the best shout. But who would I bring Son in for? I guess for Mount.
Yeah, but then it's an unnecessary one in a way, isn't it? Because Mount's all good, really. I know he didn't play 90 every week, but yeah, he would be the one because Smith Rowe's too good a value to.
Exactly, it's too cheap. So it would have to be Mount or Foden. And Foden, I don't know. I feel like I can't really take him out. So that would be a consideration. But if I wasn't going to do that, then Vardy I could bring in someone of a similar value.
What about also like
if you think goes for Spooner as well because he's replacing Firmino. So the strikers, I don't know, man. It's should we do it by value or team selected by?
Yeah.
So Antonio 46.9% now. That's crazy. Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So Ronaldo is still higher than I thought he would be at this point.
It shows how many United fans there are out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. Yeah. Then you've got Vardy now at 30, and it's like. So I think I think I made a bit of money on him. 10.8, and I got him at 10.8. I can't remember what I got him at, but I've definitely made some there.
Yeah.
And we're just not playing that well, and he's not playing that well. So I just
what
don't
about
know.
Jesus?
So Jesus would be an option, but they're playing United away.
Aubameyang?
United away, Everton at home, West Ham at home. He could still be a shout, but Aubameyang was the one that I was really considering. Like I say, I think that Watford at home you could win comfortably. He's only selected by 6%, and if you look at his recent performances, there's a 9 in there, a 7, a 9, and a 6. So he has been, and now he's playing off with Lacazette in it, so it looks like it's a bit more dangerous.
Should be because Lacazette tends to drop deep and hold it up, and then bring the fullbacks into play, and then Aubameyang's the one like poaching in the box. So I would expect Aubameyang to be more lethal, even though he's a bit more expensive.
It's still a 0.9 saving on Vards. So it would leave me with 1.2. Oh no, 0.9. Sorry.
Could you get Walker for Trent, or no, not enough?
Sorry, yeah, Walker for. So Walker would be the one to go next. I feel like. So I could go Walker for Cancelo in it.
Cancelo, yeah, why not? Yeah.
I could just about afford that.
Yeah.
And it's a good week not to do it now because they are playing United away, and I feel even though Liverpool just smashed them 5-0 like 2 weeks ago, the exact same thought process.
Yeah.
I'd expect Man U to, you'd expect them to score probably in that game.
Yeah.
I can only just afford that.
Ooh, so you have to make the transfer straight away if you and they're the midday kickoff, aren't they? So
Okay, so potentially, yeah, it's unlikely that there'll be another price rise between now and then, I
no,
guess. So I could risk it, but then if he does go up at all, then I'm screwed.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I expect he probably. I'm sure I looked at the start of the week and he was 6.2. So I reckon he's only gone up to 6.4 like today or last night. So
I
I
saw
can't.
someone saying on Twitter they were kind of moaning that the price changes seem to be a lot more intense this season. Like they seem to be going up and down a lot quicker than they were. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've noticed that.
No, I wouldn't. I'd say. Yeah. No, I wouldn't say it's. No, I'd say it's about normal.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of like 0.2s in a week, whereas I think maybe in previous years they only seem to go up by 0.1 per week a lot of the time.
Yeah, it does seem like there's a lot more. Like I'm sure that the average, like for transfers in a week, or like the highest for transfers in a week would be about 80 to 90,000, whereas now you're getting like over 100,000 or 200,000 for the top players per week. So there are more transfers. There is more activity. So I guess that would result in more
Yeah,
price. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I feel like by this point, a big percentage of players would have dropped off by now. Whereas, I feel like it is becoming.
2 seconds. I just got to get my charger because I'm about to run out.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I'll just have to waffle on so that it's not just dead air. What do you reckon? Aubameyang? I feel like I'm going to go for that, and then I got that 0.9. Cancelo is probably the one, or I could double up on Chelsea defense and get Chilwell or Rudiger. The other option would be to have a better reserve keeper. I have been meaning to get rid of Steele for a while, but the thing is with that Brighton's fixtures are actually all right. Newcastle, Villa, Leeds, West Ham, Southampton, Spurs, Wolves. So their fixtures aren't too bad. So it's almost like, do I really need a reserve keeper when Sanchez has got a good chance of?
The fixtures are better now. Yeah.
They've sort of because I wish I had a reserve keeper for the last couple of weeks because they had bloody Man City and Liverpool. But now that they've come out of those, I feel a bit bad. But we were saying, he's looking a bit dodgy at the moment from what I've seen.
Yeah, he gave away a goal against. He was it, or maybe Liverpool both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Against someone as well.
Yeah.
He had a flappy one.
Ramsdale is there at 4.7. So I was saying I was thinking what else I could do with that 0.9. So it could be that I bring in Ramsdale for Steele and have
Fucking hell. Nah, he is the obvious. Oh, he's 4.7 now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know about clean sheets. With those fixtures, I think there's no need for me because I can just stick with Sanchez. Spooner saying I'm going for Jesus.
I reckon he's pretty reliable. He's like, what is he, 8 point something, isn't he?
Yeah. So, it's Pep roulette though, isn't it?
He does seem to be getting a few more games this season though.
Well, he is their only real out and out striker.
I was thinking if you don't get Son and you want to get a Tottenham player, maybe you could look at a Tottenham defender because Conte plays 5 at the back, doesn't he? So like Reguilon or what's his face, Royale.
Yeah.
Maybe they might be getting up. It might be worth waiting a week just to see like who he's picking. Because someone like Doherty could come back in at 4.7 and then he turns into a bit of a bargain, although I can't really see it. But it might be worth waiting a week to see how they get on.
I do want to see exactly. I do want to see because I know he's a good manager, but I still feel like they need a lot of work. So I don't know. I want to see how they get on. And like I think just the thing is, Son's the only player really worth having. I think from Spurs, But yeah, no. If they do play five at the back, I think Reguilon in the past has been decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe, but yeah, I'm definitely just going to wait and see. I think with them for a little bit. Salah 71%.
Fucking hell.
So you think captain by it must have been. It must have easy. I mean, it would have been the vast majority of that. So yeah, that is nuts. Yeah, Jota maybe if it turns out that Firmino's out for a while, it could be a chance to get Jota back in. But now I've got Salah, it's like screw him really.
What are Liverpool's fixtures like? I know that they're obviously like the best team in the league, but it still would be nice to see some good fixtures.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good run, starting with Arsenal next week. Yeah, no, a pretty decent run. Yeah, it'd be interesting to get news on Firmino and if they've got an idea of how long he's out for. What about Gallagher though? Is killing it, tearing it up.
Yeah, right.
He looks quality. Dom had him on his bench, which is unfortunate, but yeah, like everything that Palace do he seems to be pretty like a big part of it, and they're playing really attacking football in it. So yeah, he could be a shout, but he's just like he's around the Smith Rowe price range, and I'm pretty happy with Smith Rowe. So
BBC saying Firmino's out for over a month, but obviously 2 of those weeks are going to be international breaks, so
yeah,
we're going to be out for 2-3 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, not a big deal. So I don't think it's really worth bringing Jota in because I'll be in the exact same problem as last time if I do that in it. Yeah. So
the only reason I haven't brought Rafinha in is just because with internationals coming up, I'm worried that it's going to be that same situation about him having to be quarantined or whatever on the first week back. But if you've got a good bench, then I guess he's still worth having in, isn't he?
Matt saying me and you got Salad. we were in the mix of 100%, mate. That's at the end of the day, that's the difference between us and the tops of the league is the Salah factor. But I don't want to say that's just unlucky because I should have just seen it earlier, especially with Bruno's massive dip in form. Just should have seen it earlier. But me not captaining him last week was criminal, borderline criminal. Even though it was against United, but still. But yeah, I literally, luckily, just looked at the clock and I got 6 minutes left. So the thing is with Aubameyang, the only thing is the last few seasons, or the last few's a bit harsh. The last couple of seasons, he's been an overpriced fantasy player.
Yeah,
he just hasn't. It just hasn't like looked that good.
There was one season, I think it was last season, he was down as a midfielder, but it wasn't actually such a good season for him. He might be a bit more worthy as a midfielder. But the other thing is, I'm not sure if he's going to be on pens because he missed his last one, but he scored the follow up. But him and Lacazette do sort of rotate a little bit on the pens.
It would be typical that I bring Alba in and Lacazette like scores 2 or whatever. And obviously Lacazette would give me a lot more flexibility with my next transfer because it would give me a lot more money in the bank.
Yeah.
And he's also selected by the looks of it, like no one. 1.1%.
Is it?
Yeah. But has he been getting subbed? That's what I wanted to know. Yeah, look at this. He's getting subbed, even though he's starting.
Yeah.
He's getting subbed after an hour.
Yeah.
Come on, Alba. Come on, son.
The last game we played against him, Watford in the league, he scored 2. I always like having a little look at this. And he scored 2 in the previous. He scored 4 goals in 2 games against Watford last season. Aubameyang. So
nice.
Good for Watford, yeah.
I mean, the only thing is about like that I was thinking is that Leeds away is actually a pretty decent fixture for Vards.
But it is. The way that they play so open, it should suit your style, should it not?
It should, but I just don't have any confidence in Leicester at the moment, so screw it. Alba captain?
Ooh. He'd need to score a goal and an assist or or 2 goals to make it worthwhile, I'd say, because 1 goal and no bonus would be like, 12 points overall.
Yeah. I suppose if I'm going under the assumption that James is going to get a clean sheet, then Alba needs to score just to even match that. So,
yeah, but Watford do concede a lot of goals, don't they? Like Ranieri, he's not. Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever captained a defender. Maybe Trent once, maybe I can't remember, but it's not something I ever really even consider.
I'm a bit worried about. Let me see. Did Reese James start in midweek? I don't think he did.
No, he played Aspilicueta and Alonso.
Cool. Right, so he's going to play, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to. Yeah, so.
I mean, you could put Chilwell in for Walker as well, because it's surely that's obvious that they're both going to play in it, James and Chilwell. That could be. But then if you're spending points to get him in, he has to do something other than get a clean sheet to sort of.
Yeah. What's their fixtures like after that? Leicester and Man U. Leicester away, Man U at home. So.
Bit of a mix.
Yeah. I can't even afford him. Actually, yeah, no, I could. Yeah, what am I on about? Yeah, I could.
Yeah, you can afford to leave Walker on the bench this weekend. It would be you don't need to do it. So I didn't really need to put Son in this week. That was a bit rash by me, to be fair. Like I could have got away with putting him in.
Yeah, it's like my back three's all right. Do you know what I mean? This lineup's all right, really. I think the back three, including Sanchez, all at home, all got a good chance of a clean sheet. It's time for Livramento to shine. He's obviously been on the bench for pretty much every game week. So yeah, I think it's all good. Have you sticking with James?
I'm just locking my team in now. Yeah, fuck it, I'm sticking with James.
Is it though? The thing is, I guess in our head-to-head, it's kind of maybe that's another good thing for me because I've got that 8-point head start, and if we've got the same captain, it means you've got to make up 8 points. It's very doable though, still doable. But
and if I'm bringing in Son, I should really think about captaining him really. And Everton are on poor form, but so are Spurs. I think Chelsea are a team. They don't. Yeah, this is a sensible decision. I'm going to stick with that.
Sorry, I just realised the mic was miles away. I don't know if that's open. What are people saying then? Captains.
Yeah, Matt, are you captain?
Yeah, let's hear from you. We won't be able to look at people's teams obviously because it shuts down. In fact, we won't actually be able to look at bugger all in a minute, will we? Because it's going to shut everything down. But that's all right. I think we've pretty much covered everything anyway. But yeah, let's just hang on and see if people let us know what your captain choice is.
I reckon Matt's waiting until 6:30 just in case we copy his choice.
Yeah, do you reckon? Do I switch it to Aubameyang last second? Oh, nah, I'm gonna stick with my guns. What about the bench then? Jimenez and Antonio. That's the other one.
I don't know if I've done my bench.
I might be too late now.
Too late. I think I had Antonio first on the bench. It's all right.
It's too late. All right. I've started Antonio. Hopefully, I will. Hopefully he'll score, ruin the clean sheet for Liverpool, and that'll be happy days. Matt sent me a photo, so
yeah,
he's gone Salah captain. So his lineup is Sanchez a goal, James, Rudiger, so doubled up on the Chelsea defense.
Fair.
Duffy and Livramento, so 4 at the back. Salah, Smith Rowe, and Rafinha, so we've got exactly the same midfield. Yeah. And Vardy, Antonio, Jimenez, so we had exactly the same attack as well. But now I've taken Vards out, so at least there's a bit of Salah. Benched Foden. That's a big. Oh my! He's benched Ramsdale against Watford and started Sanchez.
Was that intentional, Matt?
Well.
Who's Brighton got?
Newcastle own, to be fair. Reverse psychology. Going sound. Spooner's gone for Big Ron.
He is on a
Against
bit of
Man
form.
City. That's a huge shout. But yeah, that's interesting. Well, like me and you, the only ones back in the old Reese James as captain. I'd be interested to see to start looking at teams when they become available and see if anyone else has gone for that or if we're kind of on our own.
I got a feeling we might be, you know.
Yeah. And tonight it looks like a lot of people are going to have Livramento playing, but no one else really. It doesn't look like anyone's really got any Villa players. Or any other Southampton players really. Actually, someone had McCarthy, didn't they? But yeah, fingers crossed for a Southampton clean sheet to get the week off to a good start.
Yeah, man.
I was going to triple up against Brighton. Oh, triple up on Brighton.
So he's got Duffy and Sanchez. Yeah.
Spooner saying I can Craig Quicken in his boots. I reckon you can still win the league, Spooner. You can still turn it around. Like if you you know what I mean. If you just come in the top 10K every week for the rest of the season, then you should be up there. But yeah, all right, cool. Any final thoughts?
Nah, not really. Just now that I've done it, I've just got a bad feeling about James, but there's no reason to feel like that other than that it's just out of the ordinary captain and defender. But I mean, if he does what he did last week, fucking hell, I'll be 40 points. But I'll take a clean sheet. I'm hoping for a clean sheet and an assist. So that'll be good.
Spooner's got Matty Cash, so the Polish wonder kid,
yeah, Kaszowski.
Yeah. That could be not a bad shout. Yeah, exactly, Spooner. Just turn it on. Maybe not so many -20s though, if you can avoid it.
Yeah, that's my last week now for a while. For that -8 was a bit.
Rias, who isn't watching for some reason, but has sent through his team, and he's he's captain Salah as well.
He puts on in.
Puts on in as vice. 5 at the back. I'm not a big fan of this 5 at the back. Do you know what I mean? You're just hoping for a clean sheet then. I suppose, a Duffy or something, he could score a header or something like that. But it can very easily go wrong, the 5 at the back thing.
Yeah, because if it's a week where there's goals galore and your defenders aren't really goal scorers, like Ben White, he's not a goal scorer. I don't know who Jansen is.
I suppose is that Brentford, Norwich at home? Yeah. Norwich, I feel like, they are awful, but surely it's a matter of time until they pick up a win or some points.
Yeah, I just seen Rice got stealing goals. He hasn't even got a goalie that can play this week.
That's a bizarre decision. That's a bizarre decision. So he's basically playing with 10 men, which not the wisest. And he's supposed to be the guru, but I don't know. We're gonna have to pick this up with him now and see what he's doing. Also played as triple captain. I think that's the other thing is we touched on it last week, but we do have some advantage. Like Don played as triple captain, so there's a few who have kind of gone early with that. So I'm hoping that if I hold them in the bank and play them at the right time, they could really help me out. All right, cool. Well, you gonna watch the game tonight?
I'll flip between that. There's some golf on, and there's some horse racing over in America as well, Breeders' Cup. So I will be watching all that tonight. Yeah.
Huge, huge. There's a thing called the Track Champions League in cycling starting this weekend, which
is it?
I might actually. There's the end of year tennis one where they make it all all modern and they pump tunes in and it looks like they're going for that sort of vibe. But I still haven't really got involved in any cycling since starting this job, so I might actually watch some of it.
I think Eamon was saying there's some snooker starting soon as well. So it's that time of the year, isn't it, where it's like, yeah, it's quite a lot of good sports going on as you get to like Christmas time, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I mean, I might have to do a Darts World Champs podcast, Ali Pali. Just review like the day's games every day, like, do you know what I mean? Like give me class. I'm very much looking forward to that. It's like Christmas and darts at Ali Pali is like hand in hand to me these days. Man. Yeah. But also, the games will start coming thick and fast, so we'll have to decide whether we do one each game week or just stick with it once a week.
This will be the last back in international break for a while now, surely.
Oh, it's got to be. It's an extra one, isn't it? There isn't. I swear, there's not normally 3 before Christmas. It's long. It's so annoying. So maybe. Well, whether we'll do one next week or not, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, we'll leave it there. Good luck to everyone then. And big up Livramento tonight, innit?
Come on, son.